That's right. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And who wants to talk some good old fashioned Walt Disney Animation Studios? That's right. It's the Encanto trailer. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but
I've been saying Encanto, but that's just me.
Encanto. I feel like I need to have like some sort of like emphasis somewhere. I don't know. Maybe they should come out with like a Ratatouille.
It's either
style
can or
pronunciation.
can't. It's either Encanto or Encanto. So,
Anyways, Dragon. So as you know, buddy, this was a big one, and it kind of flew a little bit under the radar with all the I believe it was the shareholders meeting last year, right, where we got all the huge announcements.
yes.
Yeah, this one kind of flew a little bit under the radar, but I personally really grasped onto this one. I thought the little, it wasn't even a teaser trailer; it was more of kind of like a logo trailer, if anything, where it was just kind of like the Columbia and just just showcasing the environment. And Dragon, what got me excited about this project is simply, I don't know, I just love the idea of Disney returning to the South America of it all because, of course, I really think that area of the world is just very vibrant, very filled with rich colors, rich history, rich folklore. And of course, Disney has had some roots in South America, but let's face it, those films, they haven't aged all that well. I love the three ducks that I cannot pronounce the names of as much as anyone does, but technically, technically, one of them is a rooster and one of them is parrot. Um, Dragon, I will put up the banner. Thank you.
And he's
But
read it
Dragon, yeah.
anyway, defeating the point of the private chapter. We're just going to move on.
All right. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I really, really like this trailer a lot. I have a couple concerns just in terms of like, I hope that it feels like a very crowded movie. Basically, Dragon, this feels like the Disney version of the Eternals in a lot of ways, in some weird ways, where it's like, it's like a family, it's like a misfit family who all have powers. And, don't get me wrong, this one looks a lot more inviting than the Eternals does. I think that's the big thing that's kind of turning people off of the Eternals is how sort of like distant all those characters are. But this looks very warm. This looks very inviting and really scratches that South America itch for me. So what do you think of it?
Yeah. So this has the Zootopia Entangled crew on it, which they do great work. Brian Howard and Jared Bush, I believe. I think it shows promise, but I gotta confess, I'm starting to develop this fear with the recent Disney animated features, where I think I'm having this fear that the pandemic has hurt Disney's feature animation marketing. It's been affecting it a little bit more than it should. I think their movies have fallen by the wayside versus the Pixar movies, which have kind of excelled during the pandemic. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. Um, yeah, I mean,
Raya was
that's
a lot. I mean, Raya was a lot to throw at people in terms of the world building. It also had a lot of controversy that, frankly, I don't really agree with. But people comparing it to Avatar, and then that whole thing kind of got into like people literally got canceled for comparing it to Avatar. So I'm
well
like,
more like
okay,
one person than people, really. But
but
yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's kind of a scene that I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. All
Right.
right. And honestly, Dragon, I hate to say this, but I have more faith in this movie than you do, and I think more faith in it than I had in Raya. But I still think that this could go the way of Raya, where it looks a little bit too overcrowded for its own good as far as how many characters are in here, how many ideas are in here. It seems very plot heavy and character heavy at the same time.
Well, what I'm saying is, Raya, I really do like Raya, and I say this is in a similar boat in which I'm really going in blind with the most recent Disney movies amidst kind of this kind of pandemic-y kind of mess. And
Uh huh.
I mean, I don't that's kind of refreshing, but by the same token, I again, I don't know how Raya did at the end of the day, and it's the fact that again it
It
kind of got
didn't
overshadowed.
do. I mean, it didn't do great, but it kept a hold at the box office
I mean,
for
I've heard
quite a
that people
while.
liked it,
So
and I'm just saying, like, it
yeah,
just feels like the marketing and for these is even just kind of based on this trailer, just seems like under. I don't want to say underwhelming in a negative way, just like there's not like a there's there's not like a whole
so
lot.
this one didn't get you hyped.
Well, that's what I'm getting to, Tiki. I'm
Okay.
just saying, so that's kind of my fear with these. Where ultimately, I think it looks good. I really do. I think
Uh
it
huh.
looks good, but I'm it's not, it's not really eye-catching to me, it's not, I'm looking forward to it, I'm just not excited like I kinda hoped I would be,
I
that's
hear you.
that's kinda
I
where I'm
hear
at,
you.
where I'm
I
sure
feel like. Go ahead. Sorry.
and that's what I'm saying, kinda like Raya, where Raya, again, is a very solid movie, and I saw it, I ended up really enjoying it, I would like to assume the same will happen here, but it's might be I hope it's like a temporary pattern, but it seems to be a pattern we're kind of faced with these movies where they're good, but the fanfare around it is just kind of not there, and it's kind of a shame that we've kind of boxed them in like
I mean,
that. And
let's face it, Dragon. This is just one of many waves of Disney animated movies having exactly that reception.
and I mean that's kind of it's a little deflating. I mean, again, it's not bad or negative. It's just like it's just, like, if there's kind of like a come down like that, where I mean, Pixar's killing it right now. They're doing tremendous. They got like some big
I think
ideas in the pipeline.
Luca had a cultural impact that nobody was expecting. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, again, Luca is like the perfected fun summer Pixar movie that,
totally,
they got, and then
totally.
you have your thought pieces like Soul, and it's
I'm
and
not a big fan of Soul, but
I'm
I
aware
know
of
most
that.
people are.
Yes.
I far prefer Outbound to Soul,
Okay, well,
actually. Or
no,
I'm sorry,
not Outbound.
Onward, Onward.
Yes,
Outbound is a person.
yes,
All right.
yes. Tiki Outbound is a person.
All
But
right.
yes, I mean, look, that's what I'm saying though. You had Onward and Soul, and that's what I'm saying. Like these films, I mean,
Yeah,
they've been
yeah.
they're basically this is where I'm getting at. If you compare the two, we've had kind of the under the radar Pixar movies that have been kind of really doing gangbusters, and just Disney has not been able to reclaim that. I don't know if it's literally just like the Disney Plus of it all that has helped them in that
And I feel
regard.
like going forward, it's kind of the same boat because we've got stuff like Lightyear coming out on the Pixar front, and I don't even know what's coming out on the Disney front.
Yeah.
All right.
Um, Yes. So, sorry. What was I? Oh, yeah, right. That's a Lightyear, though. Seems to be that's the theater bait movie. This does not seem to be the theater bait movie, if you ask me. That's
I don't think every animated movie has to be theater bait though. I don't know. Like,
well, no, I know not every movie. I'm just saying recently. That's what everyone's. That's why
yeah.
Encanto is absolutely going to be in theaters. That's theater bait. The way that's the main advertisement they have is that it is going to be
Dragon,
in
I feel
theaters.
like the reason they're stressing that so much is probably something to do with the ScarJo situation.
And that also again lumps it in with the Eternals, where the Eternals is marketing the
Right.
same thing. The movie this year, it's gonna be in theaters. It's the one in November. Here's our Disney one. Here's our Marvel
Shang-Chi
one.
is going to be free on Disney Plus in like November, though. So it's like there is a quick turnaround with these movies that are going straight to theaters,
Yeah,
which I think is a good compromise, honestly. All
certainly.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dragon, let's get right into it. I certainly like the trailer more than you do. I don't want to say it gets me hyped, but I mean I don't really think it's the kind of trailer that's designed for hype per se. There is one moment towards the end of the trailer where I'm like, "Ooh, I am so very intrigued about what's going on there." It's towards the end, so we'll kind of build to it. But overall, Dragon, this is definitely giving me some Coco vibes. It's giving me some, some vibes of, like I said, like the old South America stuff. So I am excited for this one just because it feels pretty artistic in its execution. But we'll see how it goes. Let's go through the
Yeah.
trailer.
Well, again, I'm not hating on the trailer at all. I'm just it's still
Oh,
it is. Yeah. I mean, yeah. The easy equivalent is basically Disney's Coco. I think that's the kind of the
it feels
shorthanded.
very Coco-esque. If anything, the main thing I'm worried about is it might be a little derivative of Coco. It's like Coco, except instead of the family disapproving of the whimsical thing, all the family have the whimsical thing, and the main character doesn't.
I mean, Coco is kind of the reductive comparison, but hopefully it won't be like just like the only comparison, which is kind of what
Uh-huh.
Raya's been battling. So, which I don't think it's been a negative comparison, but say la vie.
I mean, Raya, again,
It's
I
a
don't want
weird
to.
thing with
I
rivalry.
don't want to get
I
fucking
know.
canceled for
I
saying this, but it's just you break down the plot structure of that movie, and I don't know what to tell you, Dragon.
yeah.
Anyways,
Again, there's worse things to be compared to. It's a great
I
comparison.
know, I know. All right.
All right. Anyway, okay. So the big thing that was advertised way back in the like the title reveal is the house. The casita is going to be a very big focal point of this film.
I love it. That's the thing that honestly kind of has me the most hyped, just because of the possibilities with the animation.
Yeah, and of course the we've firmly established with the cast and basically with the trailer here, it's very much a Colombian setting, specifically
Uh-huh.
where we are in kind of the South American of it all. Of course, now this our Mirabelle here, our girl Stephanie Beatrice.
Yeah, I love her design. By the way, I love her design so much. I like that she's not just like, like a skinny, like perfect model as far as body type goes. I mean, she still looks beautiful, but in an unconventional kind of way. I love the glasses. I believe this is the first, like, not Disney princess, but main Disney heroine that we've had with glasses.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Um,
talking main, yeah, because we've had like Honey Lemon, but she's not a main,
yeah,
yeah.
sure,
So,
sure.
by that logic, I think you're absolutely right about
So
that.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, everything about just this character design itself, let alone the characterization, just grabs me right away, Dragon.
Yeah. Also, I like the detail we had. There was another trailer that came before this, like the teaser, where we saw her playing the accordion and stuff. This is a wonderfully weird character. It
Oh,
seems.
totally, totally.
All right, so
I feel like it's in good hands with the Tangle crew, because the
yeah,
Tangle crew really knows how to make likably quirky main characters.
yes. Okay, so basically, what the deal seems to be here is we've got a magic candle which has blessed the house and the family with magic. And
Mm.
and basically, here's my shorthand for what the movie seems once we get to kind of the eye catching, some of the eye catching visuals here. Once the house here, this is what I'm talking about here, like the moving house and everything. Basically, it seems to be the happy-go-lucky Colombian equivalent to Monster House.
Oh God, yeah, pretty much.
What if the house wasn't in a bad mood? What if
Oh.
what if this was Lin Manuel Miranda's house?
Oh God, Dragon, that's totally what it is. Oh my God.
Lin Manuel Miranda's house is the jauntiest house on the block.
Oh God,
Maybe a
I
little
like
show
that you're
offy,
getting
but
in on the Lin-Manuel Miranda memes, Dragon. Well done, well done.
little show offy, but well loved.
Yeah.
A little much. It's like the other house. Okay, let's tone it down a little bit. Casita. Okay, let's turn it down just a little bit. We get it. You got cobblestone. It's really
But I mean,
nice.
it very much is like, like we go gaga over this kind of thing all the time, but it very much is just characterization of an animate object. Like, it's Disney taking on that in probably like the most the most bold way they've ever done so, or at least the most ambitious.
Yeah. So we have a really
All right,
great
I'm
money.
kind of sick of seeing this clip over and
Well,
over.
yeah. So I love.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, if you don't like it, you can do the screen share next time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway,
Totally fair.
so we have a great money shot going on here,
Uh-huh.
where we have the family are kind of demonstrating the abilities for the most part here. We have a little bit of the weather powers going on, super strength. The animals. With the kid dog and the animals,
Uh-huh.
as much as we can show this kind of visually. Yeah, and the flowers. Yeah. So yeah, we'll kind of hit here. So we have, I believe, the mother is a healer.
Yes.
We have, let's
Which
see,
totally makes sense for a matriarch figure.
it's Luisa is, I believe, the sister, the older sister, where she has the super strength.
Luisa is one of the characters in the trailer that really sung for me. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I absolutely get this character.
We have Camilo here who can shapeshift.
Uh-huh.
Pretty handy. And the big thing with all these abilities, by the way, I mean, I think it's a pretty sound theory. They reflect the personalities.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or again, the strength of, kind of the strength of carrying the family to, again, very adaptable and people pleaser with the shape shifting, flowers. I mean, beauty, all that sort of stuff. Life, and of course, talk kingship with the animals with the boy here,
This
Antonio.
kid also, I don't know. This kid really gets me. I'm really excited for this kid. Antonio, I guess his name is.
Yeah, Antonio. Yeah.
There's just something about the it's like, of course, we've seen main characters talk to animals plenty of times in Disney,
Yeah.
but I don't know, something about the way they're doing it here, it makes me feel like they're going to subvert it in a really fun way.
Yeah.
Where it's basically just going to acknowledge how ridiculous it looks.
Yeah, like let's legitimize the talking, the animal sidekick thing in Disney for a change.
I can
well,
hear
you can
you.
Talk to animals.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
And of course, again,
and Louisa, man, I like I said, I don't know. I dig her. The design, the the attitude. I don't know. I have a feeling she's going to be another favorite.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, the big thing that's been kind of hidden, you kind of see it in the animation here, is that Mirabelle, she's taking all in stride, but after a while, it's going to get a little old. You being the non-powered member of the family. All these, your amazing siblings. There's going to be a little bit of humble resentment.
That's not relatable at all, Dragon.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying they're doing a great. I feel like this story is going to be pretty universally relatable.
Also, just to appreciate this bit here, we're finally at the stage of animation. We don't have to worry about blood in an animated film.
Yeah, for sure. It's
many
just
films
in the trailer, no one bats an eye. Yeah,
and we heal her with a queso, apparently.
I love how subtle this is. How subtly she heals the hand, and just kind of like the little sound effect when the wound goes away.
Yeah, but again, I love in giving people powers, that magical abilities that reflect their personalities. Mom's going to be the healer. I think that makes great sense. That's cool. We're approaching Moana. So we finally get our plot for the movie, which pretty straightforward plot. We're okay.
I like how straightforward this plot is. I really do.
Yeah.
I feel like compared to something like Raya, it's kind of refreshing.
So the very personified house is getting destroyed. I'm going to guess not through a natural disaster, but I don't know. It seems a little magical to me, just like that. I don't think earthquakes really do that, but I don't live in the earthquake area.
It'd be a bad earthquake, Dragon. It'd be a really bad earthquake.
What is it? Is it 7.9? Is that like the how does the Richter scale go? How far up?
It goes up to 10, Dragon, as far as I know.
Right.
I just think a 7.9 is the biggest one recorded.
Anyways, the point being, House is not doing so great here, which means the magic is in danger. So it's up to the non-magical. Basically, it seems to me they're all going to be a little crippled by some potential power loss, which means, hey, the one kid who is used to not having powers might be in the position to help save the day.
And that right there, what you just said, can you pause it just a second?
Oh, sure.
What you just said about the one person that doesn't have powers being able to save the day, like Dragon, I think it's already very relatable to to have a character who doesn't have these powers, but then to have a positive message where the lack of the powers really kind of comes in handy. To me, that's a very empowering message. It almost kind of reminds me of I'm going to get a little personal here. I apologize, but like sometimes when I'm struggling with my autism, it's like I have to remember, it sucks that it's a little bit harder for me to socialize on a normal level. But on the other hand, my God, I do have just, an encyclopedic brain for shit like Disney and stuff. And I've been putting my talent to good use. And, there's normal people don't do podcasts like we do that, accumulate 1,000 subscribers, so it's a give and take, Dragon. It always is. And so that message to me of you might not have powers, but you have adaptability. I don't know. That really speaks to me. All right. I'm sorry. I went on a bit of a tangent there.
Of course, home representing the family and everything, very much so the family as a whole, very much, that it's going to be put to test when the house is crumbling. All right. Of course, Thanksgiving, also a family holiday. Very fitting.
Yeah, really good release date. Yeah. Frozen was another Thanksgiving movie. Just saying.
Yeah. Yep, they tend to come out around Thanksgiving. But yeah, I love this. I love the shrug.
Yeah. This is exactly what I'm saying, right? It's I feel like there's going to be so many creative moments like this with the house. This is exactly what the type of stuff that's legitimately going to be hyped for this movie. Little subtle stuff like that. Okay, and here we go, Dragon. This bit right here with the family members losing their powers. that was the bit that I kind of teased towards the beginning. Like that legitimately has me hyped. Like it seems like shit's going down there, and it seems like and I kind of already kind of expressed why I think that's a really good idea, as far as like the thematic qualities of the story go. But I don't know, just just as far as the story goes, I just love how it definitely kind of like represents an oh crap, shit's going down kind of, kind of momentum with the trailer here.
Right. So let's see. Here's the ant who controls the weather. Where's our shapeshifter yet again? Let's see. We're gonna get a little Jade whammo blammo going on there. Okay, so Bruno, no Silencia Bruno. We need to talk about him this time. Bruno.
It's him, Dragon. It's him. There he is.
Well,
wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if they actually connected it?
Well, I mean, again, if it were a Pixar movie, I could absolutely say, yeah, that's them actually foreshadowing, a character.
Because I mean, I am convinced that Bruno is his son, is his father, Dragon. I am convinced that Bruno is the father. That is my headcanon, and I am sticking to it.
Well, likewise, as am I. So this is John Leguizamo voicing Bruno.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
Nice. I thought the voice sounded familiar.
I double checked. I think the entire cast, very assumedly, is Columbian. Yeah, so
I have a feeling this character, I don't know, it might just be based on the design, but I feel like he's going to be kind of like the Hector of this movie.
Well, I think that's a smart assumption. Yeah, he's kind of the other black sheep of the family, from what
that's what I thought. That's what I assumed. Yeah, and that's kind of like that's where I landed on the Hector thing. Yeah.
Apparently, his gift is fortune telling. He can see the future. Ooh. So that's his shtick. He has the precognition. So.
This is great. Now, towards the end, man, we get some really crazy scenarios.
Yeah, we're awfully
like. I wonder if this is going to be part of a montage or what, because it's like we get this, and then we get a shot towards the end of this trailer that legitimately feels like it could be the climax. But
oh yeah, it's kind of nice that we can't tell.
Yeah.
You got some. Of course, it looks like we're very much getting the family in on this.
And like I said, man, this kid really cracks me up. I feel out of all the comedy in the trailer, this kid really does it for me. All right, here we go. Go back to that.
I know I'm getting there. I can't
separate shot. Okay, is this the climax, Dragon? Because this looks very climaxy.
I do question
like a dream sequence or something.
I mean, here's the thing. I think this is awesome, but by the same token, it's like, how do we end up at a Cerberus?
My theory is that there's going to be some sort of a dream sequence, and it's also going to have the shot of Louisa holding Mirabelle over the cliff. And it's going to basically represent like
how she idolizes Louisa.
Either how she idolizes Louisa, or maybe it's a nightmare that Louisa is having where she's kind of going through withdrawal for not having her powers. I don't know. I think these shots are going to be dream sequences. That's my guess.
Yeah, like a montage or a dream.
But I mean, if this really is the final, like if this really is like the big baddie of the movie, then that would be pretty crazy that they just put it into the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, at least the thing that's weird to me is like, even though it was
okay, wouldn't it be crazy if this was a crossover with fucking Hercules?
Oh, that would be crazy.
Fucking James Wood Hades comes out.
Yeah, that would be nuts. I was gonna say, I mean, I know this like it was.
Hey guys, I don't really agree with the political message of this movie, but yeah, used car salesman Hades, baby. All right.
Right. Yeah, well, I know I know this movie doesn't, basically it didn't do it well, but at least there was a reason for it. We had the odd Cerberus thing in Scoob, and yet we keep bringing Cerberus back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's odd that this seems more random than that Cerberus. Yet I have a feeling this Cerberus is going to go over better. I hope it does.
Like I said, my money's still on dream sequence.
Yeah, I think it's like a montage of some variety. Yeah.
This looks like my guess for this location is it might be like the final destination of the movie or something like that, like maybe a new home for them.
Well, I think they're looking for like the origin of some new magic or something. I think they're just going to be trying to replace the candle somehow. I think that's pretty much
I don't know. I just love this location. It's very gorgeous. I could totally see it at Animal Kingdom or something.
Of course, some great
That
locations.
firework shot, one of my favorite shots of the trailer. This is what I'm saying, Dragon. Like towards the end of this trailer, they really kind of pull out the money shots here.
As you'd want to do
Uh
with the
huh.
trailer, with a good trailer. Of course, got some
It looks
action.
like I think Louisa is going to be like a second main character, if I'm guessing, because it looks like she's in a lot of it. I have a feeling that it might be like a joy and sadness kind of dynamic.
I mean, it's possible. It would be a good way to go because that's the most diametrically opposite, power
Exactly.
set you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Completely vulnerable with super strength, and also, I mean, this is not necessarily a glowing comparison, but it's could be them aping themselves with Moana as they kind of did themselves at the trailer. Like the studio brought you Moana. We have one who's really strong, and one who's
Dragon, I think I'm like the Disney fan who, like, I like Moana, but I don't think it's great by any means. I think you're in the same boat with that movie, right?
well, yeah. I'm just saying that I do like that dynamic, though. I'm just saying that I think they're aping
No,
themselves.
I'm
Like,
just saying,
hey,
just
let's
in general, like Moana really has kind of gone down as like a stone cold classic in the eyes of Disney fans, and I'm just not there yet, man. All right, so this is a great kind of teaser trailer tag here.
future awaits. I'm sure this is like what they use like to kind of hype everyone up in the room when they're making this. Okay, we're gonna take this shot. We're gonna put on a wall, guys. Your future awaits. It's nothing but up. We gotta get there though. We gotta climb those stairs metaphorically.
And then Bob Chapek's just looking like with salivating eyes. Up to? We're gonna do up to?
Like, no, Bob, no.
Aww. All right.
Who let Bob off the chain again? Who
God.
let Bob out of his cell? Give him the baby Ruth.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to take one shot at Chapek here.
No, you didn't have to, but you did, and
Yeah.
here we are. Okay,
So
of
this
course
is a
this.
great comedic little beat to end on.
I'm so looking
At
forward
least I'll
to.
have a friend. Nope, he flew away immediately.
Oh, I'm sure what's going to happen here is the bird's actually going to help her out by grabbing something at the top. It's got
Uh
to
huh.
be what's going to happen. Of course, just I'm so thrilled for Stephanie Beatrice.
Oh
Beatrix,
yeah, of course, of
she
course.
is. Uh, I'm so looking forward to her voice in this character. All right, and that's about it. Yeah.
So Trey, I gotta tell you, man, going through that trailer shot by shot, I am. I mean, I feel like hype is a weird word for a movie like this because this, like I said, this is not really like a movie that's kind of like made to generate hype in like the Marvel sense of the word. But like, as a fan of artistry, as a fan of animation, I am kind of hyped for this in the same way that I'm hyped for the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, just because that movie it's pretty much just a straight romantic comedy from what it looks like. But my God, the way the trailer kind of illustrates the moments through that movie, it really I don't know. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that trailer. But I mean this does kind of have that same vibe of it's like it's not really giving away much of it's not really giving away all the plot. It's kind of telling you the basics. It's telling you the the setup, and then I am very intrigued about how much of the actual like conflict in this movie we still know nothing about.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what I really hope them. I think what's going to impress me if they kind of inch towards this, I'm really hoping they will because I do see the potential for it. Is that I'd like this movie to end up being perhaps a magic based Incredibles, in that the
Uh huh.
Incredibles scratched some really interesting surfaces of these had some really great themes that we explored about the topic of exceptionalism. I think this movie absolutely tees up that same theme,
Totally.
only with
Totally.
magic as the inciting incident versus just just superpowers, and how basically looking into how exceptionalism both helps and hinders a family and how they relate to the other family members, being Mirabelle in particular, and how that kind of relates to upbringing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm sure that I have no doubt this is going to be good. Just a question of like, will it be mind bending? Will it kind of break out of that kind of
It
box
doesn't
that
have
like
to be mind bending.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I'm just wondering if we're gonna get out of this funk. Wouldn't it be great if like it's like just going this? I'm sure it's gonna be good. It was amazing. Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
great?
that would be great for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I'm not
It
saying it
would be.
has to be, but
I
I'm
mean,
hopeful.
I guess that kind of happened with Coco a little bit, right?
I mean, I suppose, yeah, it's
So it's like, yeah, But I mean, you're right. I think it's been quite a while since we've had. I honestly, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Zootopia really was the last one from the Disney side of things, where I feel like everyone kind of was in agreement that it was an amazing movie.
I would like to say so too. I'm trying to think what particularly exciting comes
Ralph
after
Breaks
us.
the Internet, Frozen 2. I mean, those two
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
lighting the world on fire by any
I
means.
know. I was trying not to mention them, but yes, Tiki, those did not set the world on fire. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying though is that it's not so much that I need it to be amazing. It's that I don't want to be boxed into just kind of like in that vein of like we have like a Wreck-It Ralphs and our Frozen Twos. There's kind of like we got to do sequels. In this case, I don't want to be boxed into. We got put out movies just because we're trying to make sure it's not the all
Yeah.
Pixar show. Like we just want to
Look, I'm just
basically.
saying. I feel like there's a strong possibility that this is going to end up kind of more, more on the Luca side of things than the Incredible side of things, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just think that this is. It feels like more of a small scale personal story, and I like small scale personal stories by their very nature aren't necessarily blockbusters, but I still think this is going to have a lot of artistry in it.
Oh, sure, of course.
All right.
All right.
Okay, well, didn't get to any comments this time around, but
Yeah.
woo.
Imagine how delighted I am.
Right. Sorry, Dragon.
Yeah.
But we can congratulate ourselves. Thanks, Blue Dragon 5, for being here.
Are you really gonna pat us on the back right now?
All right. Okay, have a
I'm
good
in.
night, everyone.
See ya.